be here. I'm Matt Wyndham. I'm the chair of the chamber this year, and I've got the honor to serve you folks for this year, and I'm extremely excited about that. This is one of my favorite events of the year. This is our first membership breakfast. We have 4 a year, one each quarter, and I love this one. This is where we get to honor some great students in this county, and then they get to who they've selected, great teachers as well. I grew up in a family. My mom was a teacher, a retired teacher, and I know it takes a lot of dedication on the teacher side, and they get to make a great impact on our students. And I have a chance to get to know a lot of even the students here today, and we've got some great choices here today, great selections. So congratulations for everybody. Just as we get started, we want to recognize our Ford Carroll sponsors. The flyer on the table there that's in the middle. If you are a Ford Carroll sponsor, if you don't mind, just stand for me if one of your companies represented. Let's give these folks a hand. Without our Ford Carroll sponsors, we couldn't have events like today. And so we're thankful for all your sponsorships and for what you do for this community. I also want to recognize any elected officials that are here today or anyone that may be representing an elected official. If you would, please stand. Any elected officials? Thank y'all and for the job y'all do representing our community, our state, and for the job you do for the public. We couldn't do it without y'all either. So at this time, if you would join me, and we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. If you would join me and face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to ask Dr. Cal Marrero to come up and give our invocation. Cal?
Thank you. Bow your heads, please. Thanks. Lord, we thank you for this day, this gathering of the chamber of our community leaders and supporters as we celebrate the successes and the future leaders in our community. These star students that we recognize, Lord, we lift them up to you. We ask you to bless the food that we've eaten that is in our belly, and that it nourishes us this day, and that everything we do is for your glory. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Good morning. How's everybody? I too, like Matt, love this event each year. It is one of our favorites as well. And, you know, truly the energy in the room, maybe we're anticipating spring, but certainly come to celebrate with some students and teachers and what's going on in education. But looking around the room, what a great group. And what about this facility, guys, we're meeting in today? Is this not beautiful? Yes, let's think. We've got some of the school board members from Carroll County Schools and Scott Carroll, Superintendent. Where are you all? We got some board members here. Let's congratulate them and thank them on this facility. When we're finished, there are some folks here who will show you around. So if you've not had a chance to come and take a look, we're very excited about this new facility and this new asset in our community. The Star Student Program has been going on for a long time. Our chamber was created in 1955, and we've been part of that ever since. PAGE is, of course, the organization that selects the students. So the good news is we don't have to participate in that difficult part, but we do receive the names of those students, and, of course, they choose the teachers. And it's just been a privilege for us as a chamber to be able to participate, to recognize these outstanding students, the teachers, parents, other school administrators, and all those involved. I think all of us understand now that education workforce development has become one of the top issues and opportunities, not only in our community, but in the region, in the state, and in our nation. And so this is an opportunity for us to come, to celebrate, to recognize those who are excelling in that area, and to encourage them and support them, and to encourage our education community. We happen to have the Carroll County Education Collaborative, the only one in the state. And so clearly for this community, workforce education is a priority, and our leadership really have stepped up and chosen to work together so that we can do that the best we possibly can. So we are excited about that. I apologize here. I'm going to keep going, and hopefully we'll get this addressed. Today it's my privilege to introduce the three who are representing our three school institutions. And they'll come and present their students and their teachers. Scott Cowart, who is superintendent of Carroll County Schools, Dr. Mark Albertus, Carrollton City Schools, and Paula Gillespie, Oak Mountain Academy. And I don't want to miss this opportunity to say, I think we all understand, and those of you in that system are just in our community, we know, understand, and appreciate these three professionals. Not only do they represent their institution well, but through the Education Collaborative and a lot of other ways, they're very much engaged and supportive in our community. And that's very meaningful to us and for the Education Collaborative. And all three of these just do a superb job. In fact, it just occurred to me, we've got Tom Upchurch here, and we created an award recognizing someone each year for outstanding excellence in education. And all three of these who'll come present are recipients of that award, Tom. So I think that that just proves our point here. So in the order that I've listed them, Scott Cowart first for Carroll County Schools, and Dr. Mark Albertus and Paula Gillespie, they will come and present the awards. Scott.
Good morning, everyone. As Matt said, we welcome you to our Performing Arts Center. On behalf of our Board of Education, we appreciate you giving us the opportunity to host this event. We're really excited to be able to recognize these students today, and especially in a facility like this for Carroll County. And what we have found to this point, this facility not only serves our school system, but it is a beacon for our community in a number of ways. And we appreciate our board's vision and foresight to let us build this facility. Also, as Matt said, this is a special morning. It's one of my favorite mornings as a superintendent to be able to be here and be in a room of community members who value education, who appreciate the work that our educators do every day, and who so want to see our students succeed. And today we get to honor students who are not only successful, but they're outstanding in every way. It's something that we as educators look to with joy and excitement. And as you will see them come up, I'm sure you'll see how wonderful they are too. I want to also mention that, as Daniel said, that we live in a community that is very, very special in a number of ways. And the fact that our parents in this community have wonderful choices to make when they look at their educational opportunities for students. You know, whether it be Carrollton City Schools or Carroll County Schools or Oak Mountain Academy, there are great options here for parents. And that's a good thing for our community. It's also a good thing for economic development. It's a good thing for the quality of life for everybody. So we're committed, as I know the other school systems are, to continue to provide great opportunities for all of our students. Now, it's my pleasure to ask Dr. Christy Till, who's our Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources and Student Services. She'll come up, and she's going to help me recognize the Carroll County STAR students and STAR teachers. Students and teachers, when we call your name, we'll ask you to come forward so we can present your plaque. Also, as we call the name of each student, we'd like to ask their parents to stand, their counselors to stand, and the principal from that school to stand and remain standing while that student is being recognized. Dr. Till.
Good morning. Okay, let's start with Bowden High School. We have Elise Patrick, STAR student from Bowden High School. She is the daughter of Joey and Michelle Patrick. Principal Zoe Evans from Bowden. Elise has a 4.36 GPA. Sorry, I've got to put my glasses on here. She is a member of the first soccer team at Bowden High School, an ISDS candidate, and she teaches Spanish to the students at Bowden Elementary School. Elise chose Carrie Gay as her STAR teacher. Carrie has been teaching for 16 years. She teaches Spanish. And Elise said, Miss Gay inspires me. She makes Spanish lessons that connect and cause me to be engaged. Elise plans to attend Jacksonville State University in the fall. Elise Patrick. Next, from Central High School, we want to recognize STAR student Anna Hanley. Anna is the daughter of Todd and Olivia Hanley. Jared Griffiths is the principal of Central High School, and Dr. Donna Simpson is the counselor. Anna has a 4.45 GPA, made 1530 on the SAT, and completed 8 AP courses and 7 dual enrollment courses at the University of West Georgia. She is a National Merit Commended Scholar, ISDS candidate, senior class secretary, and Beta Club president. Anna chose Mr. David Rooks as her star teacher. Mr. Rooks has been teaching for 14 years and taught Anna in AP Human Geography and AP World History. Anna said, Mr. Rooks set the tone for how I approached the remainder of high school classes after I took my first AP class. He inspired me to be the best all the way through high school. Anna plans on attending Georgia Tech in the fall. Anna Hanley. From Mount Zion High School, we have star student Cade Barrow. Cade has a 4.2 GPA, took 5 dual enrollment classes, is a National Merit Commended Scholar, and he did this while playing 3 sports. He is currently playing baseball, is a 2-year starter at center on the Mount Zion High School football team, and that team made it to the Final Four this year. And as a senior, he was the 182-pound state wrestling runner-up in Class A. Cade chose, let me first tell you who his parents are. Cade is the son of Chad and Tracy Barrow. Miss Barrow is the principal at Mount Zion High School, and Yvonne Farron is the counselor. Cade chose Austin Smith as his star teacher. Mr. Smith has been teaching geometry for 9 years, and Cade said that he loves math, and he chose Mr. Smith because Mr. Smith loves math, and he is very passionate about geometry. Cade plans on attending Georgia Southern University in the fall. Then from Temple High School, we have Sydney Price. Sydney is the daughter of John and April Price. Tim Gribben is the principal of Temple High School, and Cameron Mount is the counselor. Sydney has a 4.4 GPA, made 1440 on the SAT, has 28 hours of dual enrollment, and is a member of the Color Guard at Temple High School. Sydney chose Diane Ledford as her star teacher. Ms. Ledford has been teaching for 34 years and taught Sydney in English 1101 and 1102. Sydney said, Ms. Ledford taught me how to analytically look at literature, which has prepared me tremendously. Sydney plans on attending Georgia State University and majoring in political science after graduation. Ms. Sydney Price. Sydney had surgery just yesterday, so we're so glad that she's here with us today. From Villa Rica High School, we want to recognize star student Avery Hill. Avery is the son of Randy and Rebecca Hill and Heather Walker. We have Assistant Principal Dr. Cynthia Beers with us today from Villa Rica High School, and Miss Carrie Olinger, counselor. Avery is a state Governor's Honors participant for Social Studies in 2017, senior class president on the FCA leadership team, and has been a member of the VRHS Beta Club and National Honor Society for 4 years. He was also a member of the Junior Chamber of Commerce. Avery chose Miss Cynthia Kruger as his star teacher. Miss Kruger is in her 26th year of teaching, taught Avery in AP World and AP US History, and he said, Miss Kruger expanded my knowledge, challenged me academically, and relentlessly encouraged me to do my best. She was a thought-provoking and selfless teacher who never gave up on me. Avery plans on attending Emory University in the fall and majoring in philosophy. Mr. Avery Hill.
Dr. Mark Albertus.
Thank you, sir. And I want to echo some things Mr. Cowart said. I want to thank the Chamber and Daniel for combining this to be a chamber event, but also the Star Student Recognition. This is a long time tradition in the state of Georgia with the Star Student Program, and it's important we take pause and recognize our best and brightest in our communities. So I want to thank the chamber for supporting it, and I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but our chamber is a leader in our entire state, and not only the leadership of our chamber, but it's the engaged members of the chamber that makes it such a major factor in our community. So I wanted to thank the chamber. I also want to thank Mr. Cowart and the county school board for hosting, and this is an amazing facility, and I want to thank you guys for hosting. At this time, I'd like Mr. David Brooks to come up and help me present this award. He is the principal at Carrollton High School, and we're going to recognize this year's Carrollton High School star student is Miss Katie Rubino, and if she could come up at this time. Katie is a very well-rounded student. She has a 4.0 GPA. She's taken 15 AP and IB courses, and this year she's doing dual enrollment at the university. So she's really challenged herself throughout her academic career. But on top of that, she's been a leader in our school, both from the classroom standpoint, but also extracurriculars. She's a 4-year band member. She's on too many clubs to count here or to say. Lots of activities. She's just very engaged, and she's a leader inside and outside of our school. She wants to be a math professor, so better her than me. And we need great teachers and great professors, so I'm encouraged, and I hope that she comes back to teach at the University of West Georgia. She has chosen Mrs. Kim Eason as her star student. If you'd come up at this time. Miss Eason is in her 23rd year of teaching, 20 at Carrollton City Schools, and it's a unique situation because Mrs. Eason taught our accelerated math program for many years at the middle school, and so it just so happened that she transitioned up 4 years ago to the high school to teach upper level math, and Katie kind of started with her in 6th grade and has had her for several years since then. So she's had her for 3 or 4 years as her teacher because of Miss Eason moving up. So they've created a great bond, and one that will last them for the rest of their lives. Great relationship, and I know she's a mentor for Katie. So at this time, this is the star student and star teacher for Carrollton City Schools. I want to call up Miss Paula Gillespie at this time from Oak Mountain Academy, and I do want to point out that this will be Miss Gillespie's last star student breakfast in Carroll County. She is retiring at the end of this year, and I want to point out, everyone here knows this already, but Miss Gillespie has been a major factor in our success over the last 10 years as a community. She's not only done great things at Oak Mountain Academy, but she has been a leader within the community that sees the big picture and has really supported a lot of efforts through the years. So let's give her a round of applause.
I wasn't going to mention that because I knew if I did, I'd do what I'm doing right now. But thank you, Mark. I appreciate that very much. Okay. This morning, first, I do want to thank Daniel and the Chamber for the opportunity to share this gathering of Carroll County's finest young people. Congratulations, star students, star teachers, and proud parents. And Dr. Cowart, thank you again for hosting this in this beautiful facility and making it available to the entire community. I think that's extraordinary, and we all in the community appreciate that. If you'll let me wander for just a little bit, we are indeed fortunate to offer the residents of our community a variety of learning opportunities where our young people can grow and they can truly become whatever they want to be. And then we hope they come back and fulfill that dream. At Oak Mountain Academy, we stress that students have the opportunity to dream of the person they want to be, strive and learn and work hard, and through that hard work and expectations of a college preparatory environment, they do become that person. That being said, we are all in this together. Dr. Cowart, Dr. Albertus, and I, and the fine programs we all represent, in concert with West Georgia Technical College, Cal Marrero, and the University of West Georgia, we do provide educational choices unique to communities in this country. Opportunities where not only do our students learn, but you see that we do collaborate. We have a collegiality in Carroll County that is extraordinary among our systems. And for this, and because of the united efforts of all sitting in this room this morning, we are leading the way in the state of Georgia and now beyond, as even in Washington, D.C., they're taking notice of what we're doing, for setting the standard for collaborative communities and collaborative efforts to educate all students, leading them into their productive adult lives. I am extraordinarily proud that I'm ending my career in a community that recognizes that importance. That wasn't in my notes. So congratulations to the parents of the STAR students. Thank you, parents, for trusting us, all of the systems here in the county, with your children. You are the first and most important teacher of your children, and we just join you for a little bit in their life journey, and we thank you for giving us that opportunity. G.K. Chesterton notes that education is simply the soul of a society as it passes from one generation to another. And looking at our STAR students this morning, and me especially at my age, we are indeed blessed by this generation. And so now it's my pleasure to introduce the STAR students from Oak Mountain Academy. In a class of 12 seniors this year who applied to 100 colleges and universities, who have already learned of those in 25 states, 2 foreign countries, continuing our history of 100% college acceptance, that they have already been accepted to over 66 of those colleges and universities. And so, as noted in a class where striving for excellence is indeed what they do, we had a tie for STAR student this year. So we are extremely excited about that. I'll ask Randy Moore, who is our Dean of Upper School or High School, to come forward at this time and help me present these awards. To begin, our first STAR student is a young man who can be found both at Oak Mountain Academy, and much of his day is spent in dual enrollment at the University of West Georgia campus. He's taking full advantage of that opportunity. Thank you, Kyle. He is a member of the National Honor Society, the Environmental Club, and he's a National Spanish Exam medalist. He is a region golf and tennis champion. He is a state tennis champion and a varsity team member of our cross-country basketball and current Georgia Independent School Association state soccer championship team. You know, at Oak Mountain Academy with very few students, our students have to do everything. And I'm reminded of a time not too long ago that I was headed about campus and I saw Austin headed to his car during the day. Students don't head to their cars during the day. So I stopped him and asked him where he was going, and he responded saying, "I'm going to go get my running shoes for the cross-country meet." I said, "Austin, you're not on the cross-country team. What are you really doing?" He goes, "Oh, no, really, I am. They needed another runner today because one of the runners was sick, so I'm going to go and be on the cross-country team today." He went, and he made region. So that just shows that our students have the opportunity to become things people they didn't even know they could be. So in the warrior spirit, he went and competed, and as I said, he won region. Also, I don't believe, Austin, that you played soccer before you came to Oak Mountain Academy. However, this year he is a very strong member of our championship state championship team. His senior capstone project has to do with orthopedic surgery, and he has the opportunity to mentor with one of our best local surgeons. And additionally, for community service, he is involved in the Sertoma Club. He is a perfect example of a student discovering who he is and excelling in an environment where the bar is set high, and he not only reached it but exceeded it. He plans to attend the University of Alabama. I love you, Austin, but go Dogs. He is joined this morning by his parents, Matthew and Melanie Clay, and again, our upper school dean, Randy Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, Austin Clay. Oh, and you can stay. They have both chosen the same star teacher. Our next star student is a young lady who does it all. She's received every academic excellence award presented at Oak Mountain Academy. She's an AP scholar, a member of the National Honor Society, a Key Club student council, and editor of our yearbook. But wait, she participates or has participated in varsity tennis, soccer, cross-country, track, the state champion and state runner-up volleyball teams, and the current region champion varsity basketball team. Last Friday night, by just that much, we lost. She is also a member of the Pep Club, Spanish Club, and Young Republicans, and she competes in one-act play and literary teams. In her spare time, she fulfills community service through volunteering with her church, the Carroll County Soup Kitchen, and our local elderly, the annual Kiwanis Bowl, and as a volunteer counselor in her summer camp. She will be attending the University of Georgia. She is joined this morning by her mother, Rebecca Francis. With a gentle spirit and a perpetual smile, I give you Josie Francis. Both students have chosen as their star teacher a gentleman who is no stranger to this morning. He is a master teacher and administrator who came to Oak Mountain Academy after a distinguished career in Coweta County Public Schools, both as a teacher and an administrator. It is no surprise that they have chosen Mr. Denny. He is a star both in the classroom and, I might add, on the stage as an accomplished singer. It is thanks to Mr. Denny that our students score so impressively on required AP English Literature and AP Language exams, and why, when they report to us from college, that others seek them out when a writing assignment comes up. At a time when it could be a most frightening experience as a college freshman, it's just another day at work for Mr. Denny's students. He's an extraordinary educator, admired by students, colleagues, and parents, and he is truly a legend in his own time and an OMA treasure. After the next school year, he will join me in retirement, and coincidentally will be about 1.5 miles for me as a neighbor and a golf partner. So, as a blessing for me, our friendship will continue. Our superstar teacher, Andy Denny.
I'm going to ask our chairman, Matt, if you'll come up and help me here as we present those who are going to represent us at the regional level. We'll present them in a minute, but you feel better about our future now? Isn't it exciting to see and hear the accomplishments of these young people, what they're doing? That's the reason we enjoy this so much. Every single one of these young people, these star students that are recognized, are winners, as you can see, and in a variety of ways. So at this time, let me one more time ask all of the students who are recognized, our star students for this year, would you please stand and let all of us thank you one more time? All of the star students, please stand. Thank you. And star teachers as well. Thank you for your dedication and going that extra mile. Star teachers, all of you, would you please stand and let us thank you and recognize you as a group? As we shared, two of the students representing the two systems, as Paige defines that, and their teachers will be representing us at the next level. So at this time, it's our opportunity to present those to you. Representing Carrollton High School, student Katie Rubino, if she'll come forward, Katie, and teacher Kim Eason. Please, let's congratulate them and recognize them. And from Central High School, student Anna Handley and teacher David Rooks. Please come forward. Let's congratulate them. We'll get them gathered back up for photos here in a minute, so you can be seated. Again, one more time, please. Let's recommend these. Thank you, Matt. We've had a chance to hear from the three representing their schools, Scott Cowart, Mark Albertus, Paula Gillespie. We've talked about their accomplishments and how they represent not only their institution, but this community. And you can tell as you hear their remarks, they totally are sincere about that, and we're very blessed to have them. There are others in this room who are educators. They're in administration, they're counselors, they're teachers. They are the reason that our students enjoy success in this community, and I think it's appropriate we recognize all of them. So anyone in this room, if you're with either of our three systems, and we also have Dr. Kyle Marrero, we may have some others from West Georgia Technical College. So if you're in education, public schools, private, West Georgia Tech, University, stand and let the rest of us thank you for what you do in this community, please. There's another group in this room. They may be the ones who are puffed up the most. We all can relate to that if we have children. These young people don't get here alone, and for parents and even maybe a grandparent in the room or a sibling, clearly you have invested yourselves in your young people, and that's part of the reason that they're able to excel. So parents, and if we have a grandparent in the room or a sibling, would you stand up and let us congratulate and thank you as well on behalf of your students? Please stand at this time. We're going to ask all the award recipients, our students and teachers, if you'll please come forward for photos at the end. Again, remind you, if you've not had a chance to come see this beautiful facility, please take advantage of that. Let me also introduce a new face on our team, Laurel Keller, back here with the camera. Laura just joined the Chamber team as our Manager of Marketing Communications Monday of last week, so I think this is the first big event. We're delighted to have her on our team, so welcome, and please get to know her. As I look around this room and I see all of the leadership represented here, we've got business, we've got government, we've got community volunteers, educators, just a variety of folks, nonprofits represented. This is what makes a community special, and it's just neat to be able to see when our folks come together and we share and we interact and we shake hands and exchange cards. This is what makes a great community great, and I think we all understand we do, in fact, have a great community. Let me challenge you. Try to pick out somebody you don't know, shake a hand, exchange a card, offer a word of welcome and thanks, and wish everybody a great Carroll County day. We are adjourned. Thank you.